Costco Wholesale, the third largest retail chain in the U.S., has long been known as a symbol of value and stability in consumer spending. With its bulk selling model and reasonable membership fees, Costco has attracted millions of loyal customers. However, 2025 marks a pivotal moment as the supermarket chain faces a significant wave of price increases, driven by the 25%-35% tariffs on many imported goods affecting a wide range of essential items. The tariff measures imposed by the Trump administration have led to significant price increases on many imported goods. Organic and whole wheat flour prices at Costco have nearly doubled, especially in certain regions. For example, the price of flour has increased from $7 for a 2 kilograms bag to $15.17, a near doubling. Olive oil prices surged by 100%. Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin Olive Oil increased from $18 to $36 for a 2L bottle, marking a 100% rise in less than a year. Frozen chicken and chicken sausage prices have risen from $8.09 to $10.12 for a 2 kilograms bag, an increase of 10%-20%. Kirkland Signature whole bean coffee increased from $12 to $21 for a 1.36 kilograms bag, reflecting a 90% increase in less than 6 months. Vitamin and supplement prices at Costco have gone up by 20% to 50%, with some specialized products nearly doubling compared to the previous year. For instance, vitamin D3 increased from $12 to $18, and various collagen products saw similar hikes. Agricultural products also saw price hikes. Tariffs on agricultural goods, especially from China and Europe, caused prices for butter and eggs to rise by 20%-30% in the past year, increasing the production costs of prepared items at Costco. Tariffs on steel and aluminum. The Trump administration imposed a 25% tariff on steel and 10%-35% on aluminum imports, leading to a sharp increase in the prices of steel-based products at Costco. Specifically, the price of steel has risen from $200 to $300 per ton, increasing production costs by 10%-20% for items such as household appliances. For example, refrigerators, washing machines, and construction products, like steel doors and scaffolding. Tariffs on agricultural products. Tariffs on agricultural imports from China and Europe have caused the prices of butter and eggs to increase by 20%-30% in 2025. This has raised production costs for Costco's prepared foods such as pastries and ready-to-eat meals, as butter and eggs are key ingredients in these products. Disruption in supply chains following the COVID-19 pandemic. Shipping costs skyrocketed by 200%, rising from $1,000 per container to $3,000 as ports in Asia struggled to handle goods as they did before. This directly impacted the price of imported goods at Costco. Rising production costs. Due to labor shortages and raw material shortages, production costs at factories have increased by 10%, 15%. For instance, the production costs of prepared foods, such as rice and cereals, have escalated due to the rising prices of raw materials. Additionally, the labor shortage in the food processing industry has further driven up costs. Wheat price increase. Climate change has severely impacted wheat yields, causing wheat prices to rise by 20% compared to the previous year. This has led to a significant increase in the price of wheat-based products like bread and cookies at Costco. High agricultural prices. The avian flu outbreak has caused the prices of eggs and butter to increase by 20%, 30%, affecting the production costs of prepared items at Costco, such as cakes and bread. Shipping costs increased by 200%. Shipping costs from ports in Asia and Europe have surged by 200% due to a shortage of shipping vessels and rising fuel costs. This has led to a sharp increase in the price of imported products from these regions, including food and household items, at Costco. Energy costs rise by 10%, 15%. The rise in energy prices, particularly for gas and electricity, has increased the cost of storing and transporting frozen goods at Costco, leading to higher prices for these products. Plastic and metal packaging costs increased by 15%, 20%. Tariffs on imported plastic and metal have raised packaging costs for consumer products at Costco. Specifically, the cost of plastic and metal packaging has increased from 50 cents per bag to 75 cents due to higher tariffs and increased raw material production costs. Shortage of low-cost labor. Immigration deportation policies have reduced the supply of low-cost labor, particularly in the food processing and packaging industries. Labor costs at food processing plants have risen by 15%, 20%, impacting the production costs of items like frozen chicken and chicken sausages. This has led to higher product prices, as labor plays a crucial role in reducing production costs, especially in the food processing sector. Consumers with fixed incomes, such as retirees and low-income individuals, are the most affected by rising prices. According to a 2025 Harvard survey, 30% of consumers reported financial stress due to soaring prices. 72% of consumers feel out of control in their monthly spending as essential items like food and energy see sharp increases. Nielsen states that 40% of consumers have had to cut back on non-essential purchases to cope with this situation. Substitute products to save costs. 45% of consumers have switched to canola oil instead of olive oil, after olive oil prices surged by 100% in the past year. Source: Nielsen. This shift shows that consumers are looking for ways to maintain their consumption habits without paying excessively for basic products. Bulk buying. 58% of consumers have started buying in bulk to reduce long-term costs, especially for non-perishable items like rice and instant noodles. Bulk purchasing helps them save around 15%, 20% on each shopping trip, making it a popular choice as prices rise. Seeking discounts. 65% of consumers have actively participated in discount programs, particularly at Costco and large supermarkets, to take advantage of sales and coupons. They report that looking for promotions helps them reduce their monthly spending by 10%, 15% when shopping at major stores. To reduce costs, 41% of consumers have switched to online shopping, searching for discounted products and promotions from online stores. They report that online shopping helps them save about 20%, 25% compared to shopping at traditional brick-and-mortar stores. If the price increases persist, 20%, 25% of consumers predict they will cut back on spending for non-essential products and focus only on basic items such as food, fuel, and goods for essential daily needs. This indicates a significant shift in consumer habits, with spending on non-essentials being reduced and prioritizing items that have a direct impact on daily life. The shift in consumer behavior due to rising prices is directly affecting Costco. As consumers cut back on spending and switch to substitute products, Costco faces declining revenue from smaller non-essential items and is ramping up its discount programs to maintain purchasing power. This puts pressure on Costco's pricing strategy and supply chain as it navigates the financial challenges faced by consumers. Costco has proactively imported essential items such as prepared foods and consumer goods early to avoid new tariffs, saving 10%, 15% on import costs in 2025. At the same time, they have shifted their supply sources from countries hit by tariffs such as China to Mexico, Canada, and Vietnam. For example, importing chicken from Mexico has helped reduce shipping costs by 25%, saving $300 per container. Costco has ramped up domestic production to mitigate the impact of tariffs. In 2025, 50% of prepared food products are sourced from U.S. suppliers, saving $200 million annually. Expanding manufacturing facilities in California and Texas has helped reduce tariff costs by 50%, 60% for products such as bread and meat. Costco has optimized its operations, saving $200 million annually through the automation of its warehouses and transportation, reducing labor costs by 15%, 20%. They also implemented warehouse management software, reducing storage costs from $1.50 million to $1 million, saving 33% on storage expenses. Additionally, improvements in packaging processes and the use of recycled materials have helped reduce packaging costs by 15%, saving $100 million each year. Costco has implemented an intelligent transportation management system, saving $50 million annually in shipping costs and reducing transportation expenses by 10%, 12%. This has also helped reduce fuel costs in the transportation of goods from suppliers to Costco stores.